I can see it in your eyes. You've seen the moon and its darker side. I can feel the gravity, the forces pull between you and me. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. A little lighter over time. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment is enough. I will be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Young Fan Podcast and welcome to another match reaction as Oxford beat MK Dons away from home. A massive game for Oxford United, a massive game for MK Dons, 6th against 7th going into this game, and Oxford United prevail and get all 3 points. A massive, massive win. in so many different aspects of the game. Oxford United today weren't at their best. They weren't, okay? And that's the truth of it. The first half, I thought, was one of the worst first half performances from Oxford I've seen this season. But I thought the way that we came in that second half was really, really promising. I wouldn't say we came out in that second half straight away and showed that we meant business. But I thought as we actually grew into the game, I thought as the game went on, we got better and we got better. And again, that's a sign of a team that sometimes you don't have to be at your best to win games of football. And we certainly were not at our best today. But we got the points. And then that's something that we haven't done in previous years. Again, we talk about winning in these circumstances, winning in different circumstances, winning in ways and winning at times that in other years, in other seasons, and maybe in other games, we wouldn't. And that's the most important thing, and that's what we can see that is improving every single week from Oxford United. If you weren't at the game, if you were at the game, however you follow the game, I don't care. Give your thoughts in the live chat. I'll read them all out as well. I'll give my thoughts. I watched the game, and of course I'll be giving my thoughts to it as I always do. But most importantly, I want to hear your thoughts in that live chat. Leave a like on the stream, subscribe as well, share the screen, all that sort of thing. We're a bit more Christmassy now as well. The Christmas trees up. We're in the festive mood. Was it a festive performance? It was certainly a festive result. Whether or not, like I said, it'd be a festive performance, I think we'll have to sort of put that on review a little bit. But again, like I said, as always, we'll be breaking the game down, talking about it. We'll look at the tactics board as well. We're speaking about it from a tactical perspective. But straight away, my thoughts on the game. Was I impressed overall? Am I happy? Yes. Am I impressed overall? Is a second question completely. Like I said, that first half was poor. It was sloppy. I don't think Oxford United got hold of the game as well as they could have done. And by the way, this game had absolutely everything. It actually finished with a red card, which I don't think is going to be spoken about as much. It might be hidden because it was such a good result. The fact that Oxford United actually had a man sent off in the 7th minute of injury time, Jordan Thornley, for a second booking. I don't think that will be spoken about as much because of the not overexcitement, but the certain excitement and the well-deserved excitement of Oxford United winning the game. Not many people I don't think are going to speak about it, but it was a red card. Whether or not it actually was a red card in everyone else's eyes, I'm not sure. For me, if you're going to give it as a foul, it's always, if you're already been booked as well, for me, it's definitely another booking if it's a foul. And yeah, I can understand why the referee's given it. Is it a little bit harsh? Yes, but again, the referee makes a decision there. Like I said, as soon as he gives the foul, he has to give that booking, and if he's already been booked, that second booking has to come out. Like I said, if you've just joined us, welcome. Stay with me. Leave a like on the stream, but also most importantly, give your thoughts in that live chat. I want to hear from you, whether you're at the game, or however you follow the game. Give me your thoughts in the live chat. I want to hear from you, and I want to hear the thoughts of you in that live chat. But no, very, very impressed. And yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on the game. Whether you've got questions on the game, if you maybe weren't at it, I want to hear you. I was watching the game. I want to hear what you have got to say. The interaction is a massive part of the stream. So if you could do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. But no, like I said, linking back to that first half as well, that first half was poor. It was sloppy, and in key areas, Oxford United gave the ball away. I thought there were certain players on that, in that first half. I don't think one player could really come away from that first half really being too proud of themselves, I'd say, and say that they had a really sort of quite good first half, which is a little bit worrying. Normally, even in a bad first half, because at least one player or even two can come out and say that they maybe performed better and maybe were sort of a shining light in what was overall a bad first half performance. I wouldn't say that was the case. I'd say Oxford United generally weren't that great by any stretch, and even the individuals could come away, I think, struggling to say that they could even sort of take a positive from it, which, like I said, is concerning. But ultimately, we came out in that second half, like I said, not straight away, but we came out and we improved and we actually developed and got better as the game went on. And that's all you can ask from Oxford United. That is all you can ask from Oxford. In times like this and in games like this is all you can ask. And it wasn't going to be an easy game. It's MK Dons who are 7th going into this game. Oxford was 6th. They had a game in hand as well. So, and they've done very, very well. Now, we must also mention MK Dons did have quite a few players out with COVID. It was a bit touch and go before the game, whether or not this game would happen. Thankfully, it did. And complete respect and fair enough to MK Dons for making sure the game did happen. Obviously, that they missed a massive player, one massive player in particular. They missed a few, missing players at all is a big issue. But Scott Twine was a player that we spoke about so much, and I think he was a player that we mentioned, and it's actually in this team of the season so far. I did probably about a month ago now, 2 months ago now, for his amazing start to the season. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal the way that he started the season, and he just tested positive, we believe, for COVID, or he's out for COVID, however way it is. I presume he has actually unfortunately tested positive for it. So of course we wish him the best recovery, but how important that is for MK Dons, or not how significant you could say for maybe why they couldn't get something from the game today was missing a player of that quality. You know, Scott Twine's a fantastic player, phenomenal player this season. He's shown so much quality, and you can see why there's a frustration there, and you can really see why that could have affected the game. Because I mean, we'll look at his stats. I can bring his stats. I can just read his stats out here. I know it's slightly irrelevant to the game, but you can see sort of they were missing areas, and I'll give MK Dons credit as well. That first half, they dominated the game. They were very, very good. They almost did what Oxford United did against Doncaster on Tuesday night. They were very, very good. He's averaging a 7.68 rating this season. He got 9 goals, 7 assists, 4 team of the week. Sorry, down to Sofa score. 10 big chances created. I mean, he's been phenomenal this season. Absolutely brilliant this season. Scott Twine, and he would have been, and you know, him missing today's game for MK Dons. You can see why that he's a big miss, but. Ultimately, I was very, very happy with the way that Oxford United came out, especially in that sort of second half of the second half, if you know what I mean. Sort of past that sort of 60th minute, we got better, and we sort of really got some momentum. We'll, again, as we always do, bring up the attacking momentum graph, and we can really sort of craft the game that way. Corey comes in, he says, good result for you, a bit worried to play you next week. You must be a Wigan fan then, mate. Must be a Wigan fan. You drew today, I believe, against Ipswich. Is that right? I was sort of trying to keep an eye on all the games, but obviously you concentrate on Oxford's games as well. You drew to Ipswich today, 1-1. Yeah, we got Wigan next week. So I mean, like you said, Corey, it is a good result. It is a really, really good result, and for you as well, drawing to Ipswich, not in the great form, of course. Ipswich maybe could have got a hope for a better result there, but you know, Ipswich are, you know, of course, a good side, and no doubt with good players, but. And we look forward to playing you next week, of course. And it is a good result for Oxford United. However you look at it, it's a fantastic result. You feel like it could be a big result, and it could mean a lot come the end of the season. You know, 3 points on the road against a side that are up there this season. Again, we talk about getting results and putting in performance, and most importantly, getting results against the teams that are up there. That are up there at the end of the season and are up there when you play them as well. We talk about the MK Dons now. We talk about the Rotherhams. You've got a point there. You talk about Sunderland. We've got a point there. You talk about these big games. Wickham. We got a point when they came to us. 7-8 to Rotherham. You talk about those teams and last season and season before that. They're the games we just don't get anything from, and they're the games where we don't capitalise and we don't actually take points off them. Whereas today. We're doing that. Of course, Wigan fan drew 1-1 to Connor Chaplin. Connor Chaplin should have been sent off, and we had a goal that was inside, scratched off. Feels like 2 points dropped. Disappointing for you, Corey. Sounds like you were robbed there of something from it. Matthew Spells, get in there. Matthew, welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? I haven't made a lot of content recently, by the way, sort of in the last week. I've actually had tonsillitis. Got to be honest, it's not nice. Matthew Bell says massive win. Tonsillitis is not a nice illness, I'm going to be honest. And I've only just sort of got my voice back into good condition. You'll be pleased to know. So we'll be back. Pretty much as soon as I finished the stream last week against... try and get it right. Who do we have last week? Mine's gone blank. Sunderland. Pretty much as soon as we finished the Sunderland stream, I sort of just turned to absolute mud. We actually I collapsed basically, not literally, thankfully, but my body sort of went into an absolute shutdown. And thankfully, a week later, though, we're back, so that's fine. We didn't have a Doncaster game, Doncaster match reaction, of course. But we did win that game, massive game. But yeah, talking from today's game against MK Dons, really, really happy with it. Let's go over the tactics ball. We sort of summarised the game quite well in there. First half, not brilliant. Second half, we got better as it went on, and we got the win. Of course, Matty Taylor scored another goal as well, which is very, very impressive. We like to see Matty Taylor scoring goals. Like I said, how important it is to have goal scorers in your team. Players that play and score goals, especially in League One, are going to be absolutely massive. And Matty Taylor's doing that this season. He's scoring goals. Sorry to hear that, mate. I've been good. Got the away shirt yesterday as it was my birthday. Happy birthday, Matthew. Hope you had a good day. I'm better now, mate. Do not worry about that. And away shirt, nice one. Which one? Was it the blue one or the one we wore today? The black one. I'm presuming the black one is I think the black one is the away shirt. I'm pretty sure the white and blue one is the third kit. I personally love the black kit. If that's the one you've got, I think the black kit we wore today is very, very, very clean. Right, let's switch over to the tactics board then. Everyone likes the tactics board. It's a bit of a favourite. It is a bit of a favourite, the old tactics board. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right. The tactics board is here. So this is Oxford United in sort of the phase of play in that first half. Because I want to mention that first half because I don't think we can avoid it. Although we got the win today, and although we come away with the 3 points, like I said, we're very, very happy with it. We've got to talk about that first half because we weren't great. We were very, very sloppy in certain areas. And a player that I'm going to mention who, well, I'm going to be honest, he got better in the second half, and he's a phenomenal player. But this man here, Herbie Kane, we've speaking about him for a while. He was a little bit sloppy today, a little bit sloppy. And I'm going to be honest, the way that they set up was it's a bit similar to Plymouth. The way that they set up, you can see the formation here. You see that back three there of Baldwin, O'Hara, and Lewington, the captain. 37 years old, Lewington, still going strong. And he had a good game today. You can see he's lacking pace a little bit, and a lot of the time, Long very, very good at doing that line board. You can see that line board down here, and you can see Sykes here. He's not the quickest of players, Sykes, but he's certainly got. Yeah, he's a quick player. He's not the quickest of players, but he's a very, very quick player. And compared to Lewington today, you can see him. He was running at him, and he was causing problems. Like I said, Lewington, he's 37. He's an experienced man. He played 900 games or something in his career, so he knows the game, but he hasn't got the pace anymore. Unfortunately, that is something that in football you do slowly see sort of disappear. But Mark Sykes definitely used that well. And I think that was a tactic that Carlson would have brought in. When Long gets the ball in this area here, use that line ball, allow Sykes to run in behind Lewington because he's got him every time when it comes to pace. And he did that. He had a lot of space. And sometimes they did, to be fair, play out the back a lot of the time as well. So if we push up here a little bit, there's a lot of space in behind. And when Lewington got the ball here, Sykes had a lot of room to run into in that area. Because they did play a high line, they did allow Oxford United to oppress them. But what they did very, very well was beating the press. And that's something that Oxford United haven't actually faced, I think, a lot of times this season. A team that actually can face Oxford's press. We talk about how Oxford press very, very well. And under Carlson, it's an organised press. It's a press with purpose. We talk about a lot of managers and a lot of teams that sort of go, right, we've got to press. How do we play the modern way? We've got to press. We've got to run at them every time. We've got to make sure that they have no outing. Whereas Oxford United and a lot of teams, and the best manager and the best team that's successful with the press, it's not simple. And getting the press right is very, very important. It's not simple just running at players aimlessly and, right, it's gone to the right side, it's gone to the right centre-back or the right back, let's just run on that right-hand side. It's not as simple as that. There's an actual element to a press that's very, very important. And something that I think Oxford United have got very, very well. And Carlson is a fantastic manager at understanding that and understanding how the press works and making sure that we're a team fit enough to organise against that press. And you can see so many times where MK Dons were very, very good at passing out the back. Ironically and interestingly, as I say that, the goal that Oxford United went to 2-1 up, the second goal of the game for Oxford and the Mark Sykes came from them actually messing around with it a little bit at the back. Fisher, their goalkeeper, who generally had quite a good game overall, was actually a mistake for the second Oxford United goal. He sort of gave it away quite cheaply. He lost the ball, and then it went over to Mark Sykes. He tapped it in, guided it into an empty net. But generally through the game, they did very, very well at actually beating the press because there was a press from Oxford United, and the way that they went out of the press was very, very good. What a win, mate. The black one, what a beauty. Matthew, you're spot on. It's a very, very nice kit. Colin, you yellows, what a win. It says JCO47. JCO47, what did you think of the game? Remember, give your thoughts of the game in the live chat. I want to hear from you. And also, get your questions in, get your man of the matches in, all that sort of thing. And remember, if you haven't left a like on the stream, make sure you do that and subscribe. It's all free and easy to do all of that good stuff as well. I want to hear from you. I want to hear about all of that. Those live chats, that interaction is what we absolutely love. I'll be flicking back over that screen so I won't try and miss any of those live chats. But back to the tactics we go. Beating the press, Oxford United, and actually playing against a team that could actually beat the press in MK Dons today was very, very interesting. It's a lesson I think Oxford United will learn. I think it's a lesson that Oxford I think will learn, and I'm glad that we faced it at this point in the season because I think we will learn from it. Although, like I said, the second goal came from Oxford United actually pressing really well against a team that did like to play out from the back. I still think that through the game, they were very, very good at finding those balls. One player in particular here, McCachran, in this centre of the park. He played a little bit deeper, but the passes he made into these different areas here, Parrott again was very, very good at running in. And I want to sort of recreate this first goal as well. Boateng here. it was almost like a breakaway, really, because Rolong was still quite high up. Thornley was sort of tracking, I guess, Parrott coming in. But the most important, the three most significant players in this phase of play were Boateng, Moore, and Eastwood. Unfortunately, I think both Oxford United players will be a little bit disappointing with it, because they both sort of looked at they both looked a little bit at fault, if you like. Like I said, I thought, if I'm being honest, I thought Moore could have done a little bit better, but I thought Eastwood could have done much better. Getting beaten at your far post is a little bit concerning. The ball comes over here, and as Boateng gets in here, Moore stops, and in a split second that he stops, to claim for offside, which is something Moore that does, and it frustrates me a little bit. You should always, like I say, play to the whistle. It's what you learn on the playground. It's what you learn at under 14s football. Play to the whistle. He doesn't. He does eventually, but he stops, and in that split second, when a Boateng is a quick player, he's a physical, strong player, he can beat someone like that. If someone's a split second, you'll beat Moore. And Moore will be the first to admit, I think Moore's a fantastic defender. He's not the quickest of defenders. And Boateng, like I said, Moore originally did have the sort of starting position on him, but Boateng, in that split second, beat Moore, got into this position here. And to be honest, it wasn't a great strike. But I think Eastwood could have done much better with it. It being his near post, I'd be a little bit frustrated with Eastwood there. But I've got to be honest with Eastwood, he was actually very, very good for the rest of the game. Some massive saves he made, especially in that second half. He was phenomenal. That one there, I think he could have done a little bit better. I think Eastwood probably would agree with me there. He probably will look back on that thinking he probably could have done slightly better. I thought it was one of them games in the first half with 2 goals disallowed. It was a very better second half than the first. Great to see Matty Taylor scoring again. Great summary of the game, JC. I think you're spot on there. I think it was exactly that. I thought the first half was poor, 2 disallowed goals. The first one, I think, was offside, or definitely was offside. I think he was claiming, Matty Taylor, that maybe there's a flick on from a defender. Of course, if it touched the defender and then goes in, it will stay as onside because it came off the opposition. The second one was very tight. The linesman took a while to put. Actually, it was a lineswoman to put her flag up. She eventually did. Again, we'll have to sort of have a look at that again, see whether or not that was on or offside. It looked very, very tight. But either way, it didn't count, but it doesn't matter because Matty Taylor got a goal in the second half and proved to be a very, very significant goal, an equalising goal. It was a very, very tight game. But no, very, very, that was sort of how that goal happened. I'm trying to think of, the one here, the Kane thing, a bit sloppy in passes. Roberts and McCachran did really, really well in midfield for them. I thought their shape was good. MK Dons, both teams sort of played a little bit narrow, and O'Reilly sort of played the width a little bit more. I thought was good at doing that. Had a chance in that second half as well. But yeah, Boateng played a little bit closer to Parrott, if you like. And Parrott played very, very well at getting in behind. He's a quick player on loan from Tottenham. We know the quality he's got. And, I was impressed with Parrott. I really, really was. Brannigan had a decent game, I thought. Not his best game, but certainly not his worst. Nathan Holland was lively. Sykes was, I thought, very, very good this afternoon. Again, Taylor had a very, very good game. Henry was a bit quiet, actually. I wasn't... Yeah, Henry didn't look on it, if I'm being honest, in that first half. He got subbed off in the second half. But yeah, let's have a quick look at those stats. This is the Wigan game, because we're checking what that final score was. Let's bring up the Oxford stats there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm happy with the result, and that's the most important. Very, very happy with it. Of course, Wigan is that next game. Let's have a look at the stats here. And so I'm going to have a look at is the possession loss, because we were very, very sloppy, I thought, at giving away possession. Sometimes not all the stats are on here. Possession loss is on here. Yeah, 149 times for Oxford. I mean, they weren't much better, which is interesting. We did lose the ball 149 times, which is a little bit worrying in the game. Possession, they actually had more possession overall. In terms of shots, it was equal. Into shots on target, that was equal. Big chances, we had 1 to their 0. Yeah, I mean this is how the sort of the sides lined up, if you like. I think they got it spot on with James Henry. He wasn't great. Sam Long's better than 6.9. I think that was wrong. I'd probably give him a good 7. I actually think Thornley, I know he got sent off. Which is pretty why his rating's gone down a little bit, but I was impressed with Thornley today. I thought he was really, really good. I thought Thornley did well. in the game. And although, like I said, he did get sent off, I was impressed with Jordan Thornley. If you just join us in the live chat, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Most importantly, give your thoughts. Give your thoughts in that live chat. You see people doing it. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. I'll read out all of your thoughts and we can discuss it. For some reason, SofaScores is been a little bit silly. It's not letting me actually onto the game. Here we go. Please make sure you give your thoughts in the live chat. I'll be reading all of those out. They've actually given Cameron Brannigan man of the match, which is interesting. Who would I give man of the match to? It's tight. I'd probably give it to Matty Taylor or Cameron Brannigan. Brannigan did have a good game. Not his best game, but definitely a good game. You very rarely have a bad game, to be honest, with Cameron Brannigan. He's a fantastic player most of the time. You can see the average rating there. Oxford United nearly hitting that 7 overall average rating across the park, which is interesting. But yeah. I was, generally very, very impressed by a lot of the players as well. The league table's looking pretty, which is good. Oxford United on 39 points, Wigan on 42. We're sort of closing in now on that gap. Now we've got, of course, game in hand on Wigan. That game, by the way, next weekend is huge against Wigan, who are second, 39. We could even creep into the automatic promotion spots next weekend. That is huge. They have more pass in the game as well. But no, very, very happy with it. Very, very, very happy with the result, with the performance, with the game, and the way that Oxford did today. And that's the most important thing. Very, very impressed. And like I said, I think I've sort of touched on everything I sort of want to touch on. But yeah, very, very happy with it. Very, 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 very pleased with the results. Like I said, that first half was sloppy, but the second half was much better. I give MK Dons credit as well. I always want to do that. I thought MK Dons generally were very, very good in the game, and they'll come away, I think, we're a little bit disappointed with it. Because I think on another day they could have got more from it. They had a massive chance that second half. I thought Eastwood was fantastic in goal, other than the mistake he made for the goal that we conceded. But generally very, very impressed with him, and that's a goal-saving save, if you know what I mean. That's a save that will keep you in football matches, and in today won in a football match, and that's very, very important. And to have a goalkeeper that can do that is fantastic and very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy this episode of the podcast, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. If you're watching this as a video, then please make sure you leave a like as well. Good win for Sunderland, says SAF for life. Yes, you did win today, I believe, again. I mean, I know you did win. You just told me you won, so I don't need to believe it. I know you did win. Sheffield Wednesday as well won. So a lot of teams around sort of that top 6 are winning. I will make sure that we see the Sunderland score, because I know a lot of people we talk about we talk about when people put them in, like to make sure that we make sure we give them some credit. Big win as well against Plymouth. Big win against Plymouth, who lose again, who are struggling now. Of course, they haven't got a manager yet. Low's obviously left the club, which is going to be a bit of a miss for him, a big miss for that football club. He's gone to Preston, so yeah, that will be interesting. But a good win for Sunderland today, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, take care, stay safe. Thank you very much for the support. I'm back now, which is very, very good, and I'm very, very excited for it. If you, like I said, want to see more of this sort of content, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It's free and easy to do all of that stuff. You can watch this stream anytime. It's always on the channel. Oxford United travel to MK Dons and a big game in League One. 6th against 7th, and 6th prevails with the 3 points. Mark Sykes and Matty Taylor with the goals, and very, very impressed with it indeed. Like I said, I'll see you all very, very